Hi guys, welcome to my brand new YouTube channel. My name is Alina, and if you watched my first video, you would have learned a little bit about the December Ipsy bag. And you can always go back and watch that video if you're curious to see what Ipsy is all about. But this video is going to be about Shany Cosmetics. So I love Sephora products. I love high-end products like any other individual who's a makeup junkie. But I also really enjoy discovering new makeup brands, and especially if they're at a effective cost or a good cost. So for my birthday last month, my boyfriend got me an entire eyeshadow, blush, lip gloss set, and he also got me a set of brushes from a brand called Shany, and I had never heard of the brand before. So I did a little bit of research, and I thought that I would share the gift that I got for my birthday with you guys in this video and talk a little bit about the quality that I found, or what I thought they did good, or what I thought the brand didn't do very good. And if you guys have heard of Shany, or if you've tried any other products of theirs, comment below, and it'd be great to learn more about them. But basically, Shany was a brand created by a woman in 2006. I read this up online. And it was just a woman who wanted good quality cosmetics for a good price. So you will notice that if you search up their products on shanycosmetics.com, they're a lot cheaper than a lot of the brands, the really good quality brands that you see on Sephora. And it definitely, for somebody who's really into makeup, you may first look at that price and think, well, maybe they're not really a good quality. Is this something that's even worth buying? But my boyfriend is really good at doing research, and he spent a lot of time, what he told me, looking into good quality but affordable makeup, because he wanted to get me a bunch of stuff, not just one eyeshadow palette. He wanted to get me like an entire kit, and surprise me with it for my birthday. And what he told me is that he discovered that there were really good reviews for this company, and he looked at a bunch of others and compared. But I will show you the first part of the gift that I got. So this is, I know I don't really want to break anything inside, but this is the Shany Masterpiece 7-layer all-in-one makeup set. So it basically has 7 different sections to it that you can pull out. And it has a magnetic little flap here. So you can open it like that, and then you just pull out. Each slide here has a different thing, so eyeshadow or foundation or whatnot. So I'm just going to go through each section here. And before I go on, the great thing about Shany is that they say that they're paraben free as well as talc free. Now, being a science geek, I looked into talc and parabens in cosmetics, and really the jury's out about whether or not they're actually harmful to us, but it's good to know that there are cosmetic brands out there that don't have those ingredients in them, in case that if you'd like to avoid them. And they're also cruelty free, so other providers do not test on animals. Shany does not test on animals. They also say that they support human rights on their website. Now, I don't know exactly what they mean by that, but that's what they indicated on their website. So, on the first layer here is eyeshadow. So most of it is going to be eyeshadow palettes, and each palette is covered by a thin plastic leaf here, or page, I guess you could call it. My major caveat with this big box is that it is bulky, and it is difficult to just take out on a whim if you're in a rush and you just want to quickly put makeup on. And I also find that the eyeshadows are not really properly protected because it's just this thin film that's covering it. But that's kind of the downside of it. If we're talking about pros and cons. In terms of the actual eyeshadow, again, I'm trying to improve my lighting and my videoing skills here. I actually got Web HD camera. Well, I didn't get it, but my boyfriend had one and he never used it, so we got it attached to my laptop, and so far it's looking a lot better than my cell phone camera yesterday or the day before that. Um, so what I really like about Shany eyeshadows is that they have such a range of different colors, and they both have mattes and metallic and shimmery colors. And there's pretty much any color under the sun that you can imagine you can experiment with. So I'm the type of person that I will try an eyeshadow color at least once. If I don't like it, then I just don't have to use it. But I'm pretty adventurous when it comes to makeup, and I don't know if you see my makeup look today, but I have a bit of a Barbie pink lip color going on, and I'll show you what color that is in the palette here. But what I tried to do is I tried to use mainly makeup from Shany, or makeup from bits of Shany that I really like from the box. So this particular layer is a lot of purples, a lot of yellow, orange. Now most of them I would say are shimmery and metallic. There are definitely a few matte ones in each layer, and you'll see what I mean by layer. I'm going to attempt to do a swatch. So this is a nice purple. I'm really, really in love with purple eyeshadow, by the way. So this is, I don't know if you can see that. I like how it's my middle finger. But it's got amazing pigmentation. That's something that I really, really like about Shany, is that there's not much fallout when you actually put it on your eyelids, and the pigmentation is out of this world. My friend and I got together to trial out different makeup products that we got, and I tried out this really crazy peacock blue color, and it was just amazing. It's a really good kit for people that are willing to try different colors, but I would say that you definitely need a little more time if you're planning on using the kit, because it's not easy grab and go. I'll swatch this orange yellow color. It's a very nice warm color here. Now, swatching is something that I'm not very good at yet, but this probably is like way too illuminated. But I just find that the color really pops. There's never a moment where you put it on, you're like, where did it go? It definitely has amazing pigmentation. It stays on pretty good. I've tested it out a few times now, and by the end of the day, I would say it stays on pretty good, especially for somebody that has oily skin like I do, and oily eyelids. Now, I don't usually use primer or anything, and even without primer, it stays on pretty good. So I definitely would recommend the eyeshadows, and I'll show you some more colors that this palette or this masterpiece makeup set has. They're really, really fun. So I'm going to put this one back, and voila. So this is, we're getting darker now. Let's see here. And so these are more like deep purples, maroony colors. There's a little bit of blue and some really nice wine. I love the wine colors here, as well as the browns as well. I'll swatch a brown one for you. All right. So quite an amazing pigmentation. I don't know what they use instead of parabens or talc, but whatever formula they use, it's really, really good for their eyeshadow. I'm very impressed. I'm a really big fan of Urban Decay's Naked palettes, and I would say that they're comparable in quality for eyeshadow. There's slightly different textures, but I like my Urban Decay palette just as much as I like my eyeshadows with Shany. Now, the biggest advantage to the Urban Decay palette is that it was super easy to use on a day-to-day basis. It has a mirror. It has a little, I mean, it's not a little compact, but it's little enough that you can just grab it and open it and just look in the mirror and put it on your eyelids, and you're good to go. But with this, I find that if I'm in a rush, I don't really want to pull out a bunch of layers and try and figure out what color I want to use. So it's more for a down day or downtime when I've got more, or if I've got just more time to prepare for an event or whatnot. So but the color variety is just incredible, and the pigmentation, again, I'm very happy with. I'm definitely a really huge eyeshadow nerd. I absolutely love eyeshadows. Oh, this is probably one of my favorite layers in here. It's absolutely amazing. I love the colors. I love the teal and the blue, and again, the colors are really washed out. Oh, here, that looks better. They're really washed out with the lighting that I have here, but you can definitely hear. I'll show you one of my favorite colors. I believe this is, maybe it was a different blue that I tried, but we'll see. It's just so pigmented. Maybe that wasn't the best swatch, but I think it was a different blue that I had used. But let's do a teal, more of a teal color here. I don't know if you can see the difference, but definitely an under the sea color theme going on here. The other thing is when I opened it, there was one eyeshadow that was broken, and that probably just happened during shipping. So my boyfriend ordered it through Amazon, is what he told me. I actually received the parcel, I'm not even knowing that it was my present. It was pretty funny. But it was just the one eyeshadow that was broken. It's still a bit of a mess in the box though, so it's hard to clean if there's something that breaks in there. It's just visibility wise, it's hard to tell what you're pulling out because it's just one big, like I was showing you before, just one big layer of pieces here. Alright, so the next piece we have, I think I showed you that, and then we've got, alright, so this is actually the eyeshadow that fell out, and then I dropped it, and so it fell out some more. I'm sure you can see that one. I guess I can still try it. It's just there's not much of it left. And these are more like brick, dirt. Well, not dirt. Dirt doesn't sound very appealing, but they're more earthy colors, I guess you could call them. And some coppery and brown tones as well. Some more wine and purple colors, gray as well. What I like is that each layer has some sort of brow highlight or upper lid highlight that you can use so that you don't have to go digging in another layer for it. So I like that about it. Here, I'll try it further back this way. Awesome. All right, so that was all the eyeshadows. So I guess there were 1, 2, 3, 4 layers of eyeshadow. So really the majority of the kit is eyeshadow, which is great because I really enjoy eyeshadow, as I mentioned. The next layer here is lips. So I have one of the lip colors on right now, and that is this one right here. And it's a really nice Barbie pink. I just think it's a really unique, fun color. And oddly enough, it goes with a lot of different looks. I always thought that it would look odd with things, but it's quite wearable, at least to me. But maybe I'm more adventurous than some people, I'm not sure. But these lip glosses I've actually been pretty impressed with too. They're easy to use. They have a lot of pigmentation, so they're almost like a lip gloss / lipstick. Yeah, nothing really bad to say about them, really. They come off pretty quickly if you're eating or drinking, but they come off quicker than, say, the Chiate London's pin-up liquid lipstick, for instance. That stays on a little bit better. But that's to be expected because these are more like a balmy, balm type of texture to them. So. And okay, so this is the one thing that I really am not a huge fan of in this kit, and that's the blushes. So the pro end of things, they're quite large, so you can definitely fit a big brush in them. My caveat with it is that I really like blushes that are more translucent and more shimmery. whereas these ones are more opaque and matte. And even the ones that are supposedly metallic looking, it just looks like there's sparkles on top and then it's just matte underneath. I just find that when you put it on your cheeks, it comes off really, really harsh looking, and it's really difficult to blend. So what I did today, I don't even know if it's going to be visible, but I actually took, I think it was this blush right here, I believe, and I just used my finger to blend it, and I had a little bit better success with it than I did when I tried using a brush. When I used a brush, it just came out looking absolutely ridiculous. So I don't think that this is gonna be getting much use, but the eyeshadows and the lip glosses or the lipsticks I'm definitely going to be using in the kit. In terms of blush, I only really had one blush before this, which sounds ridiculous for a makeup junkie, but I really went hard and heavy on eyeshadows in terms of purchasing and trying things out. But the one blush that I've always had, like for years, was a Victoria's Secret blush that I bought back when Victoria's Secret stores still had makeup, except for their lip glosses that they still have now. And I am in love with that blush. I still use it to this day. I still have plenty left. But what I like about it is that it's so easy to blend. You can't make a mistake with it, really. If you put in a little too much, you just blend it out. And it has a shimmery a tone to it, so it's super, super easy to work with. These, I don't know, I'm still trying to figure it out. I feel like you can barely even see it because I tried to put on so little so that it didn't look too harsh. But I would recommend using your fingers instead of a brush for these if you do ever get this kit. And this kit is originally $50. So definitely for the amount of product that you're getting, that's a really, really good price. Is it worth it? I would say it is if you're really big on eyeshadow. If you are looking for a good blush, not so much, especially because there's not much blush in there, and I wouldn't really recommend the blush in here anyway. Before we move on to the second part of my birthday gift that I received, I'll give you a look. I'll show you my eyeshadow that I put on, and it is from the Shany kit. I can show you which eyeshadow it was. So again, the lighting is still not optimal, but I went for a purple look here. So I have green eyes, and I really like using purple to accentuate the color. So what I did is I put almost like a wine purple on the majority of my lid up to my crease, and then I took almost like a gray purple color and I put that in my crease to show some dimension, and then I used a lilac color as well as a white highlight near my brows. Again, not sure if that's going to be visible, but I've been very pleased every time I've been using the eyeshadows from Shany. I don't have eyeliner or mascara from Shany, so I can't comment on that. And then, of course, I talked about the lipstick. And the blush, like I said, is not very visible. And the eyeshadow that I use, let's see if I can find it. Again, this is why it's hard to find what you use sometimes, because there's so many things going on, so many colors. I think I used... It's a bit of a guessing game now. I may have used this one right here, and then I used this color for my crease. So this color for my entire lid, and then this one for the crease. And then I believe I used this lilac-y color for near my brow. And then I went in and found a white color on another layer. I think this is the only layer that doesn't have a proper white color for the brow. The lilac comes closest to it, but I wanted a little bit more of a highlight there. Yeah, I was quite surprised with it. I was quite pleased. The makeup junkies that I've asked if they've heard of the brand, they've never heard of it before. So definitely something, if you're not sure if you'd like it or not, you can always purchase just maybe a small little eyeshadow palette from Shany, because I do know that they have that. You can order Shany products from ShanyCosmetics.com, I believe it is. You can also order them from eBay and Amazon. And then when I took a look online, it looks like Sears might carry them, Walmart as well, it looks like, but don't count on it. I think it seems like there's more options for you to buy a variety of their products online, not so much in store. This is just speaking from a Canadian perspective. I don't know if it's any different in the US because I do think that the brand is American. Um, and interesting story is that the woman who created the brand, her name is Shany, supposedly anyway. That's what I read. Um, all right, so we'll put that away. I'll put my glasses back on so I can see. I haven't used contacts in a while. All right, so the other really cool thing about my gift is that I got an entire box full of brushes. Now, I have never really had much brushes. I had maybe 4 that I purchased from MAC 3 years ago, 4 years ago, and I use them religiously. I still use them. I really love them. But I always wanted to have a wider variety of brushes. I wanted to have more options for different things that I wanted to do. So I will show you what it looks like inside. So it comes in a handy pouch, actually. It looks quite professional. Something that you can definitely bring with you as a makeup artist even and do makeup on a lot of people's faces. So this is quite, I was really impressed with this. This is Shany again. Look at this. Isn't that amazing? That is a lot of brushes. Alright, now I'm going to try not to drop anything here. I'm going to open this up so you can get a better look. Isn't that amazing? And what I really like about these brushes is that they're all very soft. They don't look like they're cheap material. That's what I was curious about, is like, this was $35. So I was like, how on earth are they going to be good quality if they're just $35? Normally, if you paid for this amount of brushes from MAC or any other high-end brand, you would be paying a fortune for all of this, I'm sure. It also has a brow pencil and a lash brush all in one here. Something that I've discovered recently. Really helps if I have a lumpy mascara syndrome going on. And what I also really like about these brushes is that you actually have a they're labeled, so you know exactly what they're for, or a general idea of what they're for. So this is a spoolie. Because I find a lot of the time brushes, they don't have, they're not labeled with what they're meant for. So you have to search it up somewhere else. So again, $35 for all this. I'm very happy. So the one thing that I did forget to show you is the makeup, the layer kit, the beauty kit that I was showing you guys has a foundation slash highlighting layer, just one of them. And that's probably why I forgot about it, because I don't really use it. The foundation and the primer that I was using today for this video is stuff that I have either from Ipsy bags or from something that I bought before, just because I have a routine and I don't really want to, I don't know, it works, so I don't really, I mean, I tried the Shany foundation. It was okay, but I found that because it's a foundation that I'm not really, I don't use on a regular basis, the type that they have. I'll show you what I mean after I close this up, or actually I'll just put this away here and I'll bring out the foundation here. When a friend saw this kit, she thought that the foundation layer was just for highlighting or for contouring, but from my understanding, it's actually intended for as a foundation. But you could definitely use it for contouring. I don't see why not. It's quite multi-purpose, I would say. So different shades here. You can definitely mix and match them if there isn't a color here that works with your skin tone. I think I was using this one right here. I can't remember if this one was too light for me and I looked like a ghost, and then I switched over to this one because I have more of a medium skin tone. And I just used a brush and I brushed it onto my face. It was okay. I can't really say either way, whether it's amazing or it's really bad. It was pretty good. I just don't really like to put on foundation like that. I prefer using a concealer stick and then some powder that I brush on my face, if that. The past year and a half, I haven't even been using anything on my skin. I've just been going really hardcore on eyeshadow and eyebrow stuff and lip stuff and blush. But I really haven't been using foundation. Like, the only reason I have foundation on today is because I'm doing a video. But I don't know, like, I go through phases where about a year and a half ago, I would put foundation on, like foundation stick on, and powder, CoverGirl powder on every single day. And then I was just like, I don't feel like it. Um, so it really depends for me. So I kind of have a routine going. I find that this takes me a long time to use, whereas what I have going, it doesn't take me as long. So it just depends on what you're used to, what you're willing to try or change, but this is available in their multi-layer kit. What else do I have to say about Shany? They, like I said, they're cruelty-free, they're paraben-free, talc-free. You can learn more about them on shanycosmetics.com. And if you aren't sure and you're curious to try it, then you can definitely order like a small thing from their website and see if you like it, if you like the eyeshadow just as much as I do, for example. But I've definitely been impressed with their eyeshadow specifically. That's what I would, if I were to purchase more products from Shany, that would be it. That would be eyeshadows. If you guys have any questions, comments, suggestions, experiences with Shany or any other cosmetics, suggestions for how to use blushes that aren't as easily blendable, post them in the comments under the video. And please like and subscribe. I'm brand new to this. I'm really excited to try this out. And let me know if you want me to do other videos and any ideas that you have for future videos. Thank you again for watching, and hopefully a lot of you will take a look at this. Bye!